Whoa. I missed that. What?
Limbus Company.
Hang on a minute. Roll that back. What kind of trigger screen do you call that? It's so brief. I appreciate them putting it in, I do, but it's so quick that how could you possibly read that before the game starts? It should at least be like, you know, click to confirm, not just 2 seconds of a screen full of text.
Warning, I swear a lot.
Hello friends and welcome back to Canto 8. Oh my, oh me, yes. We need to finish this dungeon. Why am I not in the dungeon? I'll resume, thank God. I thought it was going to make me do it again, which wouldn't have been a problem. You know, something went down pretty easy, so it wasn't a big deal. That's why I'm hoping to find something that don't go down quite... Second temporary alliance. Okay. More friend question marks?
내가 여기 떠나기 전에 저놈 면상은 꼭 후려치고 만다.
You seem a little perturbed, Heathcliff. What's wrong? It's not like the walls are shifting around us or anything. Man, I really should have done some cardio with you guys. Well, preaching to the choir. I've started doing cardio recently because as you get older, you run out of breath quicker, you know? And you need to kind of maintain that shit. My legs were screaming at me to take a seat and rest, but we simply did not have the time to sit still. We got no choice but to keep running.
홍루군. 어린아이의 시선에서 과거의 이곳은 그다지 흥미로운 장소는 아니었을 것 같소만.
Definitely a pertinent question, Yi-sang, but is now the time?
무료하지는 않았는가?
할머니는 환에 있어서 정말 많은 것을 알고 계시는 분이었어요.
I gathered.
이곳을 쉴 새 없이 진두지휘하면서 연구원분들께 지시를 내리셨죠.
I suppose that would be entertaining to watch.
그래서 보고 있기에 무료하진 않았던 것 같아요. 그리고
홍루군?
He's not gonna finish that thought, you know.
떠올려 보니 할머니가 이곳으로 가자는 말씀을 하셨을 때마다
Was it a member of your family actually paying attention to you?
조금은 반가운 마음이 들었던 것 같네요.
Yep, that is the face of someone who felt a bit of happiness. Definitely.
왜요? 그건
That's when Otis suddenly came to a stop, raised her fist, and motioned in a way that caught everyone's attention. She'd been walking ahead in the vanguard.
다들 멈춰봐. 앞에 뭐가 있나 본데?
She's doing those military hand signals I've heard so much about.
한 명인 것 같다.
Easy prey.
세가에서 떨어져 나가는 후보자면 좋겠군. 혼자라면 손쉽게 동전을 얻어낼 수 있을 테니.
It's gonna be Honglu's fiance, isn't it? Otis muttered with a bit of anticipation. It seemed like she was in her element here.
괜찮아요, 오티스 씨. 저와 안면이 있는 분이시네요.
Ah. However, contrary to Otis's wishes, she was not one of the candidates. Oh, she's one of the guards. I see, yes. Thought this meeting would be a little further from now, but hello.
설씨가의 호위를 한다는 자였던가.
Honglu's fiance. We should acknowledge the significance of that because it will be a thing. As in bodyguard of his fiance, not his fiance. You know what I mean. You know what I'm saying.
대호, 왜 혼자 이곳에 남겨져 있어?
Separated by the walls, probably.
신기하네. 방금까지 네 생각을 잠깐 하고 있었거든.
If this were any other character, I would accuse them of attempting that as a pickup line, but because it's Honglu, I know they're not.
오라버니?
For the briefest moment, Dayu's eyes looked at Honglu of disbelief before hardening into a stern expression.
제가 그대들의 경기를 산 모양이군요. 실례했습니다.
Oh, God forbid we apologize for perhaps alarming you.
벽이 갑자기 나타나서 아니, 제 부주의로 인해 세가와 떨어지게 되었습니다.
Probably fine. That's definitely not a dangerous position to be in.
그럼 세가 사람들이나 따르던 후보자가 어디 있는지도 모르는 건가요?
Guess you'll have to tag along with us for the plot.
예.
하지만 여기에 있다가 다른 후보자들을 마주치기라도 하면
Would there be any point? I mean, I guess, you know, eliminate an opponent's guard. I imagine the casualty rate for bodyguards in this kind of thing is actually quite high. Because you don't need to kill the candidate, but the bodyguards are in the way. So put them down, right?
비록 세가의 일원에 불과하더라도 제거하려 하겠죠. 그 편이 앞날을 위해 이로울 테니.
It's true.
대호, 그럼 이곳에서 계속 네가 따르는 자를 기다리려고 한 거니?
You say waiting here all along. I don't think it's been that long, Honglu. Maybe a couple minutes.
네. 저도 모르게 믿고 싶었나 봅니다. 잃어버린 자리에서 가만히 기다리고 있으면 언젠가는 되돌아올 거라고.
It's almost as if these statements are dripping in symbolism. I don't know, I'm just some guy. Couldn't possibly be perceptive enough to pick up on the subtext, but it seems like there might be some symbolism.
그럴 리 없지. 공간은 점점 줄어들고 있고 고작 한 명을 찾기 위해 위험을 무릅쓰고 다시 돌아오진 않을 테니.
Unintentionally symbolic, maybe.
그렇군요. 맞는 말씀입니다.
There's no way they would. In any context, nudge nudge, wink wink. The air between us had become palpably awkward with impressive rapidity.
오라버니는 다른 후보자보다 조금 더 유리할 수도 있었겠군요.
Considering the fact that there's like 13 of us and we are basically immortal? Yeah, probably.
이 장소가 누구보다 익숙할 테니까요. 그렇지 않습니까?
That too. Yup.
예전에도 지금처럼 끝까지 아무것도 말해주지 않으셨죠.
You may as well just tell us stuff. There's no reason not to.
공멸일 이후 오라버니를 모셔야 했던 그 긴 세월 동안에도
오라버니 여기로 와.
Had the Kong been destroyed by this point? Because I can see the little chair. Then again, I don't think... Sorry, I just had a funny thought. I don't think Bina brought a fucking parasol table and chair and set it down to watch. I'm pretty sure it was there the whole time. Sorry, it's just really funny, the idea of her walking up to this place with like a deck chair and just watching her agents tear the place apart. She's got a little drink with a little umbrella in it, you know. Tea. Oh, Long Island iced tea. Obviously.
아휴, 오늘도 왜 이렇게 울상이야? 오늘은 오라버니가 좋아하는 놀이를 하기로 했잖아. 아니면 오라버니한테 또 못되게 구는 사람들이 있어? 내가 어제 선생님께 새로운 무술을 배웠는데 그걸로...
Just you wait, she's been practicing her German suplexes.
아니야, 괜찮아, 대호. 다들 나한테 왜 그런 말을 하는지는 아직도 모르겠지만 그래도 언젠가는 사이가 좋아질 수도 있을 거야.
Maybe.
부옥도련님, 혹시 가무님이 어디 계신지 아시나요?
Is this just as it was about to happen?
실험실에 조금 더 있다가 오신다고 했어요. 어쩌지? 가무님께 드릴 말씀이 있는데 조금 급한 거라.
It's so urgent, in fact, that I need to stand here and explain it to a child rather than actually going to the lab immediately. Ooh.
이 몸을 지속시킬 환이 더 필요한데 가무님이 계속 답이 없으셔서 아무래도 직접 찾아뵙고 말을...
Once again, the urgency of the situation is further extenuated by the fact that I'm standing here and explaining it to a child rather than going and seeing the person in question. Fucking hell. Okay. Alright, fair enough. I feel bad now. That is partial separation of the torso. Look, you can see Dayu's face through her torso. Ooh. That noise indeed.
괜찮으세요?
Are you okay? No.
오라버니, 내 뒤에 숨어.
If Dayu manages to German suplex a claw, she will replace Bari? The Blue Moon Knight from Kanto 7. She will replace her as the hypest character in the series. If she German suplexes that claw.
이 사람 홍원의 사람이 아니야.
Very fucking true. Extremely fucking true.
자신의 복제 몸을 폐기하지 않은 지 일주일이 넘어갔구나.
Ah. If only she'd gone and seen Jamu instead of explaining her situation to a child, huh?
어리석기는. 뇌까지 복제한 몸은 반드시 일주일 안에 하나만 남도록 폐기해야 한다고 당부를 거듭했거늘.
That's what happened.
어떤 병도 없는 몸과 깨끗한 정신으로 사는 것을 기어코 멈추지 못하였구나.
The amount of potential ethical concerns regarding the use of clones in this setting is fucking staggering, but I suspect it's not the focus of things at this exact moment.
할머니, 이분은 어떡해요?
Bao Yui, mate, I don't know how to tell you this, but her torso is no longer connected. Now, to be fair, in the city, you might actually be able to do something about that, but I'm pretty sure the claws, I guess, there's more than one, I think. I imagine they're pretty efficient. So if they're looking to kill someone, I'm pretty sure they just done, rather than, like, leaving mortal wounds or what have you.
머리는 금기를 어긴 자를 절대로 살려두지 않아.
Indeed, indeed.
그들이 무서운 이유는 모든 것을 지켜보고 언제 어디서든 나타나기 때문이란다.
Even at the fucking library of all places. And then they took the library and pushed it somewhere else.
밥을 먹다가도 잠에 든 순간에도 혼인을 치르는 중에도
This is a good traumatizing lesson to teach a child.
금기를 어겼다면 그들은 맥락을 신경 쓰지 않고 찾아와 형을 집행하지. 마치 그러한 자연 현상이 있는 것처럼 말이야.
It's kind of why I don't want there to be a Project Moon game where it's like, okay, you're gonna go fight the head, and I'm like, the head's supposed to be so far beyond us. The head is not supposed to be an antagonistic force. It's supposed to be, they're supposed to be regulators. You know, they're not a personal antagonistic force, but if you break the rules, you're gone. I appreciate them as an omnipresent force where it's like, you know, play by the rules. And that's all they need to be. You can do the Beena situation where you have characters who, like, used to be a part of the head, or you could have run-ins with characters from the head and stuff like that. That's cool and all, but I would never want it to be a proper, like, oh, we're gonna go literally fight the head. It's like, nah. It's not really what it should be. I don't know. It's possible that Project Moon will do that and they'll make it cool, and maybe I won't even complain when it happens. Maybe I'll be like, oh, actually, this is really hype. But where we're sat right now, this seems like the way to be. This seems like the way to present the head, as it were, as just being this, as she says, executor of the natural law, even though it's not natural, but enforcers. That's all they need to be. And they're fucking effective at it as a presence within the story.
이만 가자꾸나, 오가.
Yeah, someone else will clean that up.
오라버니, 함부로 만지지 마.
What did I just say?
이미 숨을 쉬지 않는 것 같아.
As is typically the case when someone is almost kind half.
그래도 이렇게 눈을 떼고 있는데
Yeah, that happens.
눈은 감았으면 좋겠어. 마지막까지 아무도 남지 않은 이 장소만 바라보는 건 슬프잖아.
That's interesting. He was extremely empathetic as a child. And he's still kind of empathetic now, but definitely a lot more detached. It's weird.
오라버니, 이곳에 내일도 오고 모레도 와. 어차피 할머니가 매일 나를 데려올 거야. 굳이 바라지 않아도 그렇게 될 텐데 왜 그런 말을 하는 거야, 대옥?
It was a strange thing to say as well, because Honglu was like, I want to be there in her final moments. And Dayu was like, well, come back tomorrow then. It's like, what? I don't think she's going to have her final moments tomorrow. I think she's having them right now.
왜냐하면 오라버니를 보고 있으면 꼭 금방이라도 세상을 떠나버릴 것 같은 표정이란 말이야.
That's quite a statement.
알았지? 나 혼자 이곳에 남겨두면 안 되는 거야?
I mean, to be fair, given his overall personality at this time, it doesn't surprise me that people might see him as a risk, if you know what I mean. At risk, yeah, that's the term.
나도 이곳이 무섭고 막막해. 그래도 오라버니와 윷놀이를 할 생각을 하면 그래도 조금은 괜찮아질 수 있단 말이야.
That's nice.
제적일이구나.
The restructuring day. All right, yeah, when the buildings move around. All right.
제적일의 날은 싫어요. 종소리도 듣기 싫고요.
They are pretty horrible in more ways than one.
보가 우리는 제적 일과는 무관하단다. 대관원에서는 방이 넓어지면 넓어질 뿐 저들처럼 좁아질 일은 없어.
Well, that's probably part of the problem. If Hongler is that empathetic towards some stranger who just got killed by a claw, he's probably quite upset about the homeless, or the poor, sorry, being turfed out of their homes, now becoming homeless and also crippled from falling from extreme heights.
할머니, 언젠간 대관원이 바뀔 수도 있을까요?
She's old. Old people hate change.
무슨 연유로 그런 이야기를 하는 것이냐?
You're not getting any funny little ideas, are you?
왜냐하면 저는 이 대관원이
Did you hit the child? Oh no, this happened. Okay, yeah.
괜찮아요? 잠깐 멈춰주세요. 이 사람을 붙잡아주세요. 이러다가 떨어지겠어요.
But they're not gonna help because no one cares.
예?
Help? Someone?
저자는 이미 글렀습니다, 도련님. 저희가 도와드린다고 해도 소용이.
I think even if they've lost everything, they'd also appreciate not also breaking their legs.
저렇게 고통스러워하고 있는데 어떻게 지나쳐요?
Oh, it's already happened.
도와주세요. 제발요.
보가 너는 저들을 모두 구할 수 없을 거란다.
That's true, but what's the solution? Just don't try?
그럴 땐 어설프게 구하지 않는 편이 이롭지.
Wow, alright, yeah. I guess that is the solution, isn't it? Just don't fucking try. Don't even bother. Can't save everyone, so don't save anyone. Such a boomer thing to say.
알아요. 모두를 구할 순 없겠죠. 그래도
You can at least save someone. You can at least help some people. You can at least do some good.
저렇게 제 눈앞에서 떨어지고 있는 사람만이라도
It would make a big difference, albeit in a very small context.
지난 제적일 때도 너는 이곳을 곧바로 지나치지 못하더구나.
I think they reconditioned Honglu because they didn't like how much he fretted over this kind of thing.
그래서 네 행동으로 목숨을 구한 이가 있었느냐?
That's unfair, he's a child. There's not a lot you can do as a child. If he took this mentality into his adulthood, he probably could have done a lot of good.
아니요. 그래도요, 할머니. 그래도요.
그러거라.
He is trying, he's asking for help though.
깨닫는 편이 이를수록 좋을 테니.
Ah, jeez. Fucking hi. How's it going?
왜 그러니 보호가?
I just saw Chu for some reason. It was a bit weird. Don't worry about it.
잘못 봤나 봐요. 눈이 마주친 것 같았는데.
I thought I saw an incredibly large man in a full black robe glaring at me. I don't know. Must have been the wind. Once the memory faded, Lin Dayu stumbled before leaning on a wall. Did she see it this time?
왜요? 어째서 다시 보고 싶지 않았던 옛날 장면들이.
Okay, interesting. Wait, she saw that too?
방금 우리가 본 걸 너도 본 거야?
Maybe because her and Honglu are closer? Like Honglu wouldn't share his memories, like subconsciously, I mean, through Golden Bow Resonance, with some randomer he's met like once or twice, but with Dayu, who he knew his entire childhood and shared memories with, I guess it would create a connection? I don't know.
당신들 무슨...
Yeah, we have magic and stuff, it's pretty cool.
단테, 좀 전에 이야기했던 능력의 확장에 이런 것도 포함되었을지도 모르겠군요.
But why would Dante bring them into the memory? Because Dante has no reason to bring Dayu into this. Does that mean I can show our sinners past to non-sinners too? Man, the privacy breaches are just getting wider and wider. And it's totally out of my control?
가능성을 완전히 부정할 수는 없지만 그렇게 완전한 무작위로 작동하지는 않을 테죠. 조건이 있을 겁니다.
I would assume.
기준이 뭘까요? 아까 왕자우라는 분은 아무 반응도 없었는데.
I imagine the person in question needs to have some kind of relevance to A, that person's memories, and B, the specific memories we're about to view in order for it to happen.
해볼 수 있는 추측은 감정의 고조와의 연관성, 수감자들에게 발현되던 능력도 평온한 상태에서 이루어지진 않았다고 보입니다.
But Honglu doesn't have emotions that we can see.
그렇다면 수감자의 감정이 고조되는데 영향을 끼칠 정도로 강렬한 기억, 그 안의 인물이라면 공명 반응을 이끌어낼 수 있을 테죠.
대호, 네가 그리 말했는데도 결국 너를 대관원에 혼자 남겨두게 되었네.
This did indeed happen.
그러니까 너의 원망은 정당해.
And despite this emotional spike, he still refuses to show any emotion.
제가 듣고 싶은 건 그런 말이 아닌 거 아시지 않습니까, 오라버니? 그날 이곳에서 무슨 일이 있었는지 조금도 이야기하지 않고 그저 웃기만 하셨죠.
He's barely smiling now.
지금처럼요.
Something is very wrong. Honglu's only solace in those unwilling visits to the laboratory was that he got to spend time with Lin Dayu.
그날 이후 대부분의 시간을 대관원에만 틀어박혀서 바깥에 나오지도 않고
But the question is why?
제 물음은 핑계 좋은 웃음만 지으면서 얼버무리고
Wait, that's actually that's a frown. Progress has been made? Question mark.
그러다가 돌연히 대관원을 떠난다 하셨죠.
To be fair, wasn't he told to leave? Like, go out and see shit? Wasn't he ordered to? Maybe he wasn't.
공멸일의 사건으로 소중한 사람들을 잃은 건 오라버니뿐만이 아니었는데 아니, 애초에 오라버니가 진정으로 소중히 여기는 사람이 있기는 하셨나요?
It seems like the problem, quote unquote, is that he cared too much. By the standards of the adults around him. There was a silence. Her questions were sharp and thorned, but Honglu made no attempts at making excuses or denying her accusations.
맞아, 대호. 나보다는 네가 겪은 아픔이 훨씬 더 클 거야. 헤아릴 수 없을 만큼. 하지만 설사 네가 모든 걸 알게 된다고 한들 그 지식이 네 아픔에 무엇을 해줄 수 있을까?
I see what he's saying, but of course, as we know, being given context can do a lot to foster understanding. It wouldn't necessarily make her feel better, but at least if she understood where Honglu was coming from and got more than just a weird, placid smile every single time, she could at least empathize and understand. But of course, Honglu has been kind of conditioned by this point, I guess, through some means or another, we don't know yet, to be like, it doesn't even matter, why even try, fuck it, whatever. Complete apathy. So he doesn't even think it's worth trying because what's the point?
괴로움도 즐거움도 전부 찰나에 불과한 거야. 그저 흘러갈 뿐이었으니 흘러간 걸 잡으려 해도 잡을 수 없어 마음만 괴로워질 뿐이겠지.
Engaging with stuff and allowing yourself to feel brings the risk of pain, so don't bother. This is safer. This seems to be the mentality anyway.
알고 있어요. 하지만 제가 무엇보다 견딜 수 없었던 건 무엇이 오라버니를 죄송합니다. 다소 감정이 격해졌군요. 주인도 아닌 다른 후보자에게 이런 감정을 드러내는 건 옳지 않은 일이었습니다. 무례를 용서하세요, 오라버니.
And we were making such good progress, and now the emotional barriers have gone up again.
그 중요한 이야기 중에 미안한데 슬슬 자리를 옮겨야 할 것 같지 않아?
Yeah, we are in the middle of a timed competition.
꽤 많은 시간이 지체되었습니다. 머지않아 이곳에도 벽이 올라올 테죠.
Good, good.
대호, 네가 괜찮다면 우리랑 같이 움직이겠어?
Aww.
보차 노이를 만날 때까지만이라도.
At which point we're going to what? Fight her? Question mark.
그건 연민을 적선하시는 건가요, 오라버니?
Just a dash of pee.
아니, 혼자서 이곳은 위험하니까.
오라버니와 함께 다닌다면 아까와 같은 기이한 환영을 다시 볼 수 있는 건가요?
Distinctly possible.
글쎄. 그건 내가 아니라 관리자님의 힘이라서.
Yeah, they do stuff like that. They're weird. They just love invading people's privacy.
네가 계속 보는 걸 권하고 싶진 않지만 말리진 않을 거야.
Of course you would.
그럼 실례하겠습니다. 동행에 폐가 되진 않도록 노력하겠습니다.
I wonder if she'll fight alongside us. That'd be cool. We have a rest point that we don't need. No point worrying about it. Ooh, combat. This looks like actual, like, maybe not Catulum combat, because that's a Pacatulum down there. Ooh la la.
옆에 좀 수상쩍은 문이 보이는데 들어가 보는 편이 좋으려나요?
Yeah, let's not even check the door beforehand. Let's just burst in. Yeah, what should we do?
네가 결정하던가. 반장이라면서.
That came out of fucking nowhere. Heathcliff replied nonchalantly.
뭐 그럼
She's just like, alright, fucking hell.
들어가 보죠.
Let's do it. Regret. How the fuck did they leave this guy alive?
그래, 자연스러웠어, 이스. 이대로 그냥 아무 일도 없다는 듯이 돌아서서 가는 거야.
Yep. Let's just keep moving. Door? What door? I ain't never seen a door before. Plants? Nope, not here.
아니, 저는 이럴 줄 몰랐죠.
It was quite a thing to just find. So does that mean we can move on like nothing happened, or is it a case of no backseas? That's when the host's voice, after a long silence, suddenly began buzzing again.
이런, 한 후보자와 그 세가가 수수께끼의 방문을 열었지만 속전속결로 닫아버리는군요. 민망할까봐 실명은 언급하지 않겠으나 제거의 기회를 드리겠습니다.
I won't name names. A rather embarrassing display of spinelessness, and a chance to rectify it. Wonderful.
관리자 나리! 이럴 시간이 없지 않은가? 이대로 있다가 사람들에게 민첩한 겁쟁이로 보이고 말 거라네!
I don't want the audience to think I'm a bitch. Don Quixote ran up to the door and began bouncing up and down with genuine panic. We did see something pretty ugly looking in there, but it wasn't an abnormality or a distortion. I didn't feel anything like it around here either.
그건 더 문을 열기 싫어지는 발언인데.
That this is not like weird abnormality bullshit. This is just something horrible that happened to this person. Probably relating to the research done here.
조롱하는 말밖에 안 하는 것처럼 들려도 사회자가 하는 말에는 항상 정보가 있었어요.
What if we get disqualified for not fighting it? Who knows?
들어가죠. 무엇인지 왜 여기에 저런 게 있는지는 직접 맞닥뜨려야 알 수 있을 테니까.
What kind of sloppy ass job did the claw and fucking sweepers do if that thing is just living in there? I thought they were supposed to clean this place out. Ishmael, now motivated to make up for her earlier blunder, I don't even know if I'd call it a blunder, confidently opened the door.
저거 세목에 우리가 받은 것과 동일한 모양의 동전이 걸려 있다.
Ooh, a lifetime. Okay, so they put it here. Fair enough. Another demonstration of Merceau's impeccable observation skills.
정말이네요. 왜 목에 동전이?
Previous candidate or placed obstacle?
그렇다면 정황상 저 괴물을 잡으면 저 동전을 얻을 수 있다는 거겠지?
Yeah, but is it a monster and is it hostile? You know, are we just walking in and kicking the fuck out of it, or is it just a little combat encounter they've put in for funsies? Oh, cool. It talks.
오로지 참회를 바랍니다. 영원히 참회를 합니다. 오로지 참회를 바랍니다. 영원히 참회를 합니다.
Lad, I've got to ask, what's with the tree? The thing endlessly repeats an unknowable mantra. It sounded at once desperate and hopeless.
확실히 이형의 존재들은 아니네요.
You wouldn't call that abnormal?
네, 방금까지 단테 씨가 말한 거잖아요.
Honglo began as though he recognized them.
저분들은 사람이에요.
test subjects.
홍원의 죄인들이죠.
Hongyun's condemned. Pray tell, what are the condemned? The condemned howled madly as they charged us. I guess we'll find out later. Wonderful, marvelous, excellent. Hello, friends. How you doing? I hope you're susceptible to gunfire. Impaled failure. Oh, look, they've got little balls and chain as well. So they do rupture. Very good. At 50% HP, convert the third skill, a coin of the skill, to unbreakable. Hit after clash win, heal, defense level up, stack on self, percent HP on self, max 10%. Gain defense level up equal to number of times this unit was hit by the enemy's attacks, divided by 2, max 10. Lose this effect when staggered for the first time, then the next turn start, gain 10 defense level down. This doesn't seem like it'll be so bad. Yeah, just rush him down, fuck it. Do some damage and knock him out.
된다면 사활을 건네라.
Yeah, this guy's fucked. Yup. Good show, good display, good display. What the fuck's going on with them? Why do we have condemned plant people? With a simultaneous click, the coins hanging from the condemned's necks clatter to the ground. Oh, so we're gonna get 3 coins for this. Nice.
지금쯤이면 많은 후보자가 알아차렸겠지만
Yes.
동전은 대전장을 돌아다니면서 다양한 방법으로 얻을 수 있습니다.
So instead of attacking other candidates, you could just venture into the condemned areas and just fight the condemned, which carries its own ethical complications.
그 방법은 방에 마련된 전투일 수도 있고, 마침 또 한 후보자가 동전을 획득했군요.
I like special combat encounter rooms for coins though, that's a fun idea. Despite the host's energetic voice, we couldn't help but be disturbed by what Hongler said.
홍원의 죄인이라니. 그게 무슨 소리였는가, 홍루군?
Do you really want to know?
예전에 어르신들께서 제게 들려주신 여러 가지 옛날 이야기들이 있었어요. 그리하여 얼굴 위로는 달개 볕이 붙고 다리 아래로는 염소의 굽이 움직이고 팔에는 고목이 자라게 되었으니 대관원은 영원 무궁에 한 걸음 더 가까워진 것이다.
This seems a bit literal now though.
환에 대한 실험을 말하는 것이요?
Almost definitely.
직접 본 적은 없지만 대관원의 지하 어딘가에는 은밀하고 귀중한 환을 위한 실험실이 존재한다고 들은 적이 있어요.
Extra fucked up stuff.
그 실험을 죄인들을 상대로 벌였던 거군.
Shocker.
적지 않은 날개에서 심심치 않게 벌이는 일이긴 하지.
Nope. But admittedly, then taking those experimented on prisoners to then become combat encounters for what is essentially a game is a bit fucked.
모든 화는 티끌만한 욕심에서부터 시작되는 것 같습니다.
Hard to think of a context where that's not the case.
분명 홍원이 원하였던 불로장생도 처음에는 이런 모습을 바라고 시작한 게 아닐 겁니다.
보고라보니 왜 이렇게 늦었어?
More memories. Oh boy.
미안. 오늘은 가모님의 실험이 늦게 끝났어.
Yeah, they were really agonizing over this one experiment where if they could turn a prisoner's spine into the shape of a clown. Turns out they could, it just took a while.
좋겠다. 나도 저기 안에서 하는 실험 보고 싶어.
First of all, no you don't. Second of all, who are you? I know you've shown up before, but we still don't know who you are.
왜 형만 들어가? 내가 가도 잘 배울 수 있는데.
You don't want to go in there.
난 배우러 가는 게 아니야.
It's just miserable.
그럼? 모르겠어. 그냥 보는 거야.
Which I guess is a form of learning. I think they were trying to desensitize him, doing a bit of exposure therapy. And as we can see, it went very well.
이상하다. 형은 우리랑 다르게 노력 안 해도 걱정 없이 살 수 있을 텐데.
Hey, it's classic rich people stuff. He's being set up for like a cushy executive position where all he has to do is supervise and act like he knows stuff. He barely has to do a thing and the money will just keep coming in.
가문의 옥이라서 그런가?
Everything seems to be because of that.
야, 가환. 너 그런 말 쓰는 건 안 좋다고 말했지? 내가 어제 무슨 수련을 했는지 보여줘?
Jia Huan. Ah, have we heard that name before? I'm not sure.
미안해. 다음부터는 안 그럴게.
Don't German suplex me.
아무튼 오늘은 공놀이를 하자.
Today we're going to play a ball game. I'm going to see how far I can throw, Jawan.
공을 서로 차서 땅에 떨어뜨리지 않는 사람이 이기는 거야.
You're going to try and do a rally by kicking the ball? That seems really hard.
그런 놀이를 왜 해?
What are the practical applications of this ball game?
어? 재밌잖아. 나는 환 만들기 놀이 하고 싶은데.
I just want to make boluses. It's good. Get the kids wanting to make boluses, and then when they grow up, they'll make a lot of boluses.
모래들이랑 자갈이랑 나뭇잎이랑 씨앗을 섞어서 최고의 환을 만드는 사람이 승리.
The one that tastes least like sand and pebbles and leaves.
안 돼. 모름지기 임씨와 가시가의 아이들이라면 포부 있게 놀아야지.
Instead, all of us are going to Bao Yui's house to play StarCraft.
형도 낄래?
화나, 안타깝지만 나는 그 엄숙한 경기에 낄 처지가 못 되는구나.
Also, I'm very, very overtly evil.
내가 가면 규칙 위반이라고 대우기가 한 소리 할 거 아니냐?
가환, 너 일부러 빠지려고 그러는 거지.
So those two are connected. I imagine when they were talking about letting a kid die before, Hongler let him die, which made him very upset, which explains the animosity.
알았어. 공놀이가 끝난 다음에는 환 만들기 놀이를 하자.
Why don't you make the ball into a bolus? You can call it a bolus. I'll be here a week.
그리고 내일은 보호 오라버니가 좋아하는 놀이를 하는 거야.
Lovely.
나는
But I don't play games, I just watch people make boluses.
다 좋은데.
I don't want to make a decision.
그래도 오라버니가 좋아하는 게 하나 정도는 있을 거 아니야. 생각해와. 알았지?
You have 24 hours to come up with an interest and or hobby. Get on with it.
조급함일 줄은 내 알고 있어만. 지난번에 언질한 그 13번째 흑수에 대한 계획은 정말 자신이 있는 것이오?
A plan, the 13th branch.
언제 내가 실패한 것을 본 적이 있는가?
That phrase always precipitates disaster, but we know this by now.
가문의 힘은 흑수에서 비롯되는 것. 하지만 흑수는 예로부터 12무리만 존재하여 그 수가 제한적이기에 좀처럼 가문 간의 균형이 깨지기 힘들지.
Oh yeah, break the stalemate. That always ends well.
흑수들은 분명 대관원의 그림자이자 탁월한 손발이지만 무결하지는 않다는 것쯤은 자네도 알지 않는가? 순간적으로 폭발하는 힘 뒤에는 그만큼 막대한 육체적 대가가 따라오니까. 설령 흑수를 잠시 소유한다고 해도 그 수를 늘리기는 어렵지. 흑수의 수는 각 흑수의 선인들이 엄격하게 관리하고 있으니.
It sounds like this system was put in place to ensure a stalemate, almost like nuclear deterrence, you know? If you send your Heishu at me, I'll send my Heishu at you. And if you send your Heishu at someone, then someone else, unrelated to your current little conflict, could send their Heishu at you to knock you out. Everyone keeps each other in check. It's a weird system that doesn't always necessarily work, but the logic is sound. And of course, introducing another Heishu pack would probably completely destabilize that. Cool, good, great plan.
그래, 아무도 새로운 흑수의 탄생을 시도조차 하지 못했던 이유는 흑수 선인들이 그 흑수 환의 조제법을 숨기고 있기 때문이지 않나?
So you're attempting to make your own?
하지만 내게는 환에 대한 방대한 지식과 선인들이 물려주신 해안이 있지. 공가의 조력만 있으면 충분히 도전해볼 수 있는 영역이라는 뜻이야.
But what specifically is the purpose of this endeavor? Why do you want another one? Like, obviously, for more power, yeah, I get that. But, like, for what specific goal? It begs the question, why do you want another Heishu pack? What for?
공가는 환을 접목한 생명공학으로 도시 전역의 위세를 떨쳤지만 지금은 어떠한가?
Ooh, good. Exploit his anxieties, yeah.
더 나은 치료와 개조가 가능한 특이점들이 여기저기서 발견되고 연구되며 응용 끝에 상용화 단계로 나아가는 실정이지.
I mean, in the city, you can't walk like 10 steps without tripping over some kind of advanced tech that has completely revolutionized the way people go about their daily lives. It's a good point.
이대로라면 H사는 도태될 테고 언제 날개 전쟁의 피식자로 노려질지 모른다. 홍어는 대대로 품고 있는 비밀이 많고 일부 지역은 유족과도 이어져 있어 각지 날개들이 호시탐탐 노리는 보물 상자와 같은 곳.
I mean, it doesn't help that your entire district is just a big box. It's basically a treasure chest. You just have to beat a dungeon first, that's all.
이런 상황에서 흑수 양산에 성공하여 무력으로 전권을 줄 수 있다면 도시의 그 누가 감히 공가와 홍원을 넘보겠는가?
Right, so the plan isn't actually to upset the balance of power within Hongyan, it's to basically mass-produce Heishu, which is eerily similar to what R-Corp does, especially with the talk of cloning technology recently. Thing is, R-Corp are very familiar with the rules around clones, because their entire business would topple if they weren't. Weren't R-Corp on the decline near the end of Ruina? If I'm remembering correctly, are they even still alive in this setting? We have been getting R-Corp identities, so maybe. I haven't done any of their uptie stories though, so I don't know the state of R-Corp during this time.
아내에게는 비밀로 해줄 수 있겠어?
Don't tell my wife. Why? I don't know, I just like having secrets. Spices up the marriage, you know? I pretend I don't know about her affair with the pool boy, and she pretends she doesn't know about my plan to create an army of genetically perfected super soldiers. It's the little things that keep a long-term relationship going.
이 실험이 성공하게 된다면 깜짝 놀래켜주고 싶네.
That's sweet but foolish. It's also a matter of scale, yes? Lying so that your partner doesn't know that you've baked a really special cake for them on their birthday is one thing. Lying so that you can surprise them with your army of, like, bolus-enhanced super soldiers, I don't know the specific details, I'm just throwing out hyperbole, is a bit of a different story, especially something that can affect the overall balance of power and signal a massive political shift. That's something where you like, and considering that you and your partner in this context are both, like, I guess business partners? I don't know, they're both heads of, like, the Kong family, so they're both important people. That information should probably be shared.
실은 몇 달 전에 의원으로부터 회임을 했다는 소식을 들었는데.
Oh, that's nice. I set this guy up to be like kind of a dick, and he's actually just a really nice and loving husband. That's fun. Good for you, Yushin.
아이가 태어날 때 맞춰서 이런 불가능할 것만 같았던 영역에 한 걸음 다가갔다는 걸 보여준다면.
Oh man, sorry lad, it doesn't end well.
대관원뿐만 아니라 홍원의 모든 이들에게 기뻐할 만한 소식이 아니겠는가? 우리 공가에서 지원할 수 있는 것이 있다면 무엇이든 해드리겠네.
Oh, I bet Xiamu definitely didn't play you. Definitely didn't play you at all. Nope.
그러니까 이건 나와 당신 간의 비밀로 한동안 남겨두는 게 어떻겠소?
It definitely suits her purposes to have a secret hanging over you.
유념하지. 새로운 생명의 축하를 위해 특별한 환도 준비해야겠군.
Wonderful. And that bolus will be poisonous and explode and shoot a flare into the sky that summons claws.
오늘은 이만 돌아가자꾸나 보가.
할머니, 왜 그리 기분이 좋아 보이시나요?
Because I'm in prime position to fuck over an entire family.
우둔한 대여가 공들여 준비한 미끼를 잘 물어서 그렇단다.
Called it.
못 본 척하기에는 내 제안이 지나치게 탐이 나는 것이었겠지.
Well done.
제 아무리 인자함으로 꾸미고 있다 한들 공시가의 오만 방자함은 가문의 내력으로 남아있는 게 틀림없는 것이지.
And we're back to this fucking concept. One's nature cannot be overcome. Uh-huh. Poor Hongler.
자, 걸음을 바삐하자꾸나. 선인들께서 기다리시겠어.
Oh, yes. There was some shady shit going on here. Lin Da-yu had peered into the memory as well with the rest of us and probably had a lot to process after seeing that.
공놀이.
The ball game. That's what you took away from this? She fell into a brief contemplative silence as she seemed to recall a long-forgotten memory.
그날은 오라버니가 이겼지요.
How he managed to do keepy-uppy with a bicycle kick is beyond me, but he managed it.
몸을 쓰는 놀이에서 처음으로 오라버니에게 졌던 날이라 기억이 납니다.
And she never let it go.
모래가 몸에 잔뜩 묻고 가환이 손바닥에 난 생채기가 따갑다고 울상을 짓고
Which was filled with poison.
그랬었군.
So we did. Honglu muttered as though he was talking about something that happened an eternity ago. May as well have happened to an entirely different person. Dayu shook her head, shaking herself from the reminiscence.
13번째 흑수. 그것이 무엇이죠? 역시 금기와 관련된 건가요?
Probably.
대혁, 아주 옛날에도 그랬었지만 네가 어떤 것을 물어도 또 내가 어떤 것을 대답해도 그게 네가 원하는 답은 아닐 거야.
Nothing I say is what you want to hear, which is a fair assessment to make, but at the same time, even crap closure is better than no closure, yeah?
그것은 오라버니의 판단일 뿐.
Also true. To an extent, perhaps she has a right to know, and you shouldn't really decide for her what she should and shouldn't know.
원하는 결과가 기다리지 않을 텐데 무얼 위해 얻고자 하는 거니?
You can't save all of them, so why even try?
나는 그 물음에 의미가 없다고 대답했단다. 그러니 지켜만 볼 뿐이고.
Uh-huh. We're starting to see how infuriating he can be. Hongla, are you okay with seeing all these memories? And he's like, I am neither okay nor not okay. I simply am. Hongla tilted his head to the side curiously, as though he couldn't understand why I'd ask such a question.
좋고 나쁨보다는 생경한 느낌이네요. 잊으려 했던 기억도 아니었고 그렇다고 해서 다시 떠올리고 싶은 기억도 아니었거든요.
Indifference. Apathy. Uh-huh. I get it.
그 당시 제가 받아들였던 감정이나 기분은 전부 멀어져서
As do they all, apparently.
지금은 마치 위에서 내려다보고 있는 느낌이에요.
It seems more like you're peering at them through a window.
그래서 괜찮냐는 것에는 무엇라 답해야 할지 모르겠네요.
Good, that's not concerning at all.
저에게는 더 이상 변할 게 없으니까요.
Untrue.
홍루군의 기억으로 미루어 보아 가모라는 자가 13번째 흑수에 관한 실험을 먼저 제안한 모양새구려.
I mean, yes, she did in fact say that.
하지만 공씨 가문도 실험을 원했던 모양으로 보인다.
Presumably she presented the idea? And then the Kong were like, yeah, totally. And then when the head were like, who's done this? Shamu was like, I've never heard of this idea even before in my life. I am innocent. And they were like, we know, Shamu, you're amazing and perfect. And then she walked away and laughed to herself.
문패에 적혀있던 것처럼 탐욕에 미쳐있다는 생각은 들지 않네요. 욕심을 부렸다는 건 부정할 수 없어 보였지만.
They were played.
맞아요. 느낌뿐이지만 그분들은 홍원을 진심으로 아끼는 것처럼 보였어요.
And old people don't like change, so of course it wasn't going to happen.
이곳에 30년이 채 안 되는 해를 살면서 느꼈던 것은
Oh my god, it's a fictional character who's actually a similar age to me and they're not all 21 and 22.
인품과 성정이 너그러운 지도자를 만나는 건 쉽지 않은 일이라는 것이었습니다.
Damn true.
대부분의 사람은 타인에게 기회를 주려 하지 않고 눈앞에 가진 것을 더욱 움켜쥘 뿐이었지요. 하지만 제가 기억하는 공가의 사람들은 적어도 기회를 주시려는 분들이셨습니다.
Of course, the one quote-unquote nice family, they were still experimenting on prisoners, lest you forget. The one quote-unquote nice family were the ones who got bodied, and played, and destroyed, and utterly removed. Makes sense.
입지 하나 없던 저희 임씨가 그나마 호위 가문의 자리까지 올라올 수 있었던 것도 출신이 아닌 실력만으로 호위를 선발한 덕분이었으니까요. 하지만 공가가 멸문한 뒤로는 그 견고한 4대 가문 외에는 그나마 있던 기회조차 모두 박탈당했죠.
Maybe they did that on purpose to encourage the rich get richer scenario.
그래서 그분들이 욕심에 눈이 멀어 모든 것이 끝났다는 말을 들었을 때
And of course they told everyone like, whoa, what happened to the Kong family? And they were like, they were greedy and they hated cats and little puppy dogs too, and they were just awful. And everyone was like, oh, well, I guess we'll believe you because you would know more than we would.
아직 어린 시절이었음에도 그때 느꼈던 감정은 선명하게 남아 있습니다. 참담함. 이제는 내가 돌아갈 곳이 더 이상 남아있지 않았으니까요.
그쪽도 어지간히 고생했네. 고생했어.
It doesn't seem like the most hospitable environment, this whole, rich people town. It's basically a town by itself. More like a city by this point, really. Regardless of these revelations, however, the family hierarch war was still ongoing. So with Gregor's succinct words of consolation, we moved on from the area, away from the rising walls. And we got like 3 coins for our trouble, which makes Hongluo stronger. However, whoever's in first place has 25 coins, and Jiashu has like 21, and we have 10, because we keep standing around and chatting. It is more condemned, spooky condemned too. Entangled failure. When this unit takes damage, it brings its HP down to 0, and maintain this unit's HP at 1 until the next turn. That's weirdly phrased. I don't think they wrote that very well. So it gets 1 turn of sustain and also does an extra 50% damage. Does not activate when staggered. So if you can stagger them first and then kill them, that works too. Okay. We're not even in third. Could be going better. Ruined Laboratory. Good. This will be a friendly place. No chance. I do want to explore everywhere though, but I won't subject you guys to the endless combat encounters because I'm not going to have anything interesting to say during them because we're just going to breeze them. And, even just doing like combat montages for all of them would A, get dull, and B, take forever. So let's not bother, shall we? Let's just get through it. Oh boy, there are several talismans glued to the wall. I can feel the wind blowing through the barely visible cracks on the wall. Seems like there's something on the other side. Maybe there's a hidden passageway here. The sinners take a moment to investigate the room and find a wall with conspicuously arranged talismans of different colors. Oh, these must be colors that match each of the cardinal directions. Looks like we'll have to peel these talismans in the correct order. Please don't make me peel them in the correct order. Should we try peeling the talismans? Let's try it. There's something written on the blue talisman to the west. Looks like they're indicating that this is the first talisman to be removed. When I remove the talisman, the walls begin to shake. Which one should I remove next? Oh god, no, god, no! See, we removed blue. The implication is that's blue, red, yellow, white, black. So the next one will be red, yes? Which is north. I removed the red talisman in the north. The walls are now shaking with greater intensity. Which one should we peel next? This time, it would be gold, the center one. I removed the yellow talisman in the center. The walls are now shaking with greater intensity. Which one next? Next would be white, which is east. I thought you said west. I removed the white talisman in east. The walls are shaking like they're about to crumble any minute. There's just one more talisman to peel. Do it. The wall crumbles, opening a new path forward. I find some twinkling coins strewn about the debris. Strewn a boot. There's a new path on the map. I did it. So fucking good, me. Thank you, me. What about this side? People. You must be about Yui and his clan, right? Yes, but very important. I got separated from my faction when the walls suddenly burst from the ground. Some are still with me, but I don't think I'll get very far like this. Can you help me find where the rest of my faction is? If you help me out today, I'll look out for you and I become the next family hierarch. Or we could just kill you. Cool, man, help me out. Hand over the entry card, or eliminate him and take... His card, man. I guess I'm not getting any use out of it. This guy's pretty annoying, but we don't have any reason to pick a fight with him when we don't know how many fights we've got ahead of us. It's not like he's being aggressive. Instead of starting a fight, I hand him the used entry card. We also picked up something like that, but it turned out to be pretty useless. Here's hoping this one will be better. Well, I guess I'll exchange your card for mine. Toss it or keep it, up to you. Oh, also, I picked up this weird bolus from another candidate. It seemed a bit fishy to me, so I guess I'll let you take care of it. Well, that's all. Hey, I won't go so easy on you next time we meet, so watch yourself. Why don't you pay me a fucking coin for the card? How about that? Worn entry card artifact lost. Heavenly King's Heart-Mending Pill artifact foul obtained. One ally with the least SP heals 10 SP. That's super good. And red entry card obtained. A broken and battered red entry card maybe opens a door somewhere. Maybe. I don't know. I'll never fucking tell. More combat, please.
그대, 이 검이 필요하오.
We're still not even in third place. I like that there's an unknown person who's doing better than Chu, because it's like, maybe Chu isn't the actual big threat. Maybe there's someone actually more significant.
어디 있는가?
And we're actually going to be fighting Chu for second place. Like, someone else is just guaranteed to win. But we're fighting Chu for second, which is what we need. That'd be pretty cool. More coins, 2 more coins. The first place is Xiachu with 41 coins, and we have 17. And oh boy, is it not going well. Okay, there's a boss fight coming up. Oh boy. We enter a new room and see a bound prisoner next to a bolus on a table. There we see a candidate standing around as though they've been waiting for someone to arrive. Ah, now we have enough people for this special game to commence. Please direct your attention to the bolus on the table. Observe it well. It is a bolus currently in development here at H-Corp. It is yet to be commercialized for mass market use. Apparently it can help restore your vitality once taken, but let's see how true that is, shall we? Do you think this is indeed a successful new product, or is it a failure? Now's the time to place your bets with your coins. Guess, is it a success or a failure? The candidate who gets this question right gains all the coins in the pool. No, I didn't get this far by being a pessimist. It's obviously a success. The other candidate bets on failure. How many coins should we wager? 3. We bet 3 coins, and the other candidate bets 3 coins as well. All right, let's check out what happens then. The prisoner swallows the bolus, but they look to be at peace. We wait a little longer, and the flower growing from the condemned grows more vibrant. How wonderful! The bolus was a success, it seems. The candidate who bet on it being a success will gain the coins. Also, here's a bonus coin for your boldness. The candidate who bet on it being a failure, please submit your coins. Thank you for the coins. Appreciate it. That's a lot of coins. 21. We're still not even in third place. Please, I just want to get to third place. It would feel really cool. One speaks a hollow lamentation, the other yearns in an empty desire. One is a moon on the water's surface, a reflection, and the other is a blossom's image in a mirror. Flowers have bloomed all over the bodies of the prisoners. I don't see any movement. Looks like they're all dead. These flowers possess the augmentative qualities of H-Corp. They'll most likely provide some advantage in the battles to come. Which flower should we pick? I want the I like lotuses. Let the prisoners rest in peace. We move on after paying our respects to the dead. Heal 5% HP for one ally with the least HP percentage rounded down. That is useful. Oh, every turn start inflict 3 potency and +1 rupture counts all enemies without rupture for focusing counters all parts. That's actually still useful because we don't actually have to apply rupture in order to make that happen. Lovely. Lovely. And now we can't help but heal rest here. We have to. So SP gets reset. Everything's good. And oh boy, a boss fight! Oh, I fucking love boss fights. Yes, I do. Oh, wow, okay. Evil possessed Deathrite Monk. I bet this is Jupan being an absolute crazy motherfucker. Are we gonna kick him out of the tournament? What are you saying, Ishmael? Have you found another weird door you want to open?
여기는 인기척이 있군요.
We have a new friend to entertain. Hello. Nice monk gear.
하필 지금 다른 후보자를 마주치다니.
I mean, if you just hand over your coins, it's all good.
왕시가의 청산입니다.
Jingshan of the Wang family. Ah. Does she have a lot of coins?
부상을 입었군. 누구한테 당한 거지?
We'll be happy to treat your wounds in exchange for 50 coins.
가치우, 그자에게서 겨우 도망쳤어.
I imagine he's quite strong, yeah.
혼자 공멸일에 대해 파헤친다는 소문만 들려오다가 홍원을 떠났다길래 다시 나타나지 않을 거라 생각했는데 왜 이제 와서?
Presumably he wants to be the hierarch.
동전도 거의 다 빼앗겼어.
That's what happens.
그자가 모은 동전 많아 보였나?
He's in first place, so yeah.
그래. 버리춤의 달 자리도 모자라 보일 정도로.
A good problem to have.
가보, 우리가 이 가주 대전을 위해 얼마나 많은 걸 바치고 이뤘는데.
And where did that get you?
너는 홍원 밖에서 풍족하게 지냈을 텐데 뭐가 아까워서 대전에 참가한 거야?
Same thing everyone else around here wants. A GameCube.
그 동전들 제발 나한테 넘겨주면 안 돼?
No fucking way.
너는 어차피 가주가 될 생각조차 없잖아. 너 같은 게 가주가 되어서 뭘 한다고?
That's just rude.
맞는 말씀이긴 하네요. 하지만 동전은 못 드릴 것 같아요. 죄송해요.
Get good, scrub. Better luck next time.
잘 들어. 앞에서 누가 건방진 소리를 짓거리면 너는 사과가 아니라 이 몽둥이로 응징을 해야 하는 거야.
It's true. Problem is, I'd say Honglu's apathy also probably comes with a lack of self-respect. Probably other things are also contributing to that, like, say, low self-esteem, maybe, you know. But the apathy also means a lack of desire to defend himself from being slighted, because he doesn't care. He just doesn't care. It doesn't bother him. It's water off a duck's back. Whereas Heathcliff is very prideful. Amongst other things, of course. Like, each sinner has a sin that primarily correlates to them, but of course, they would never write these characters with just one sin correlating to them and nothing else. And sometimes sins have some kind of spillover with each other. Envy and pride can have some holdover, and even conflict as well. The sins can spill over to each other and conflict with each other. For Honglu, there's gloom and sloth. Heathcliff obviously has wrath as well. You know, there's a lot going on.
몽둥이를 써봤자 저를 미워하는 마음만 더 커질 뿐일 거예요.
Yeah. But you don't necessarily have to withstand the resentment of other people. It's not your responsibility to endure it. If someone's being shitty to you, you'll be like, right, fuck off then. Not be like, telling them to fuck off would only grow the resentment in their heart. Yeah, let it keep growing while they fuck off down the street, away from me. How about that? Selfish? Maybe. But I don't live entirely for the convenience of other people, just as they don't for me. I help people who I feel deserve it. I would be considerate around people who I think deserve it, but I also wouldn't be around people who don't. It's difficult, of course, because it delves into an even deeper subject of, well, how do you quantify who does and doesn't deserve it? How do you quantify when it's right to be generous and when it isn't, when it's right to be accommodating and when it isn't? It's a whole slippery slope, which sadly we just don't have fucking time for today. But the root of it seems to be the need to strike a balance between being accommodating and not taking shit. And it's something we all struggle with, certainly.
아니, 일단 적어도 네 속은 후련해질 거 아니야.
That's a weak justification, Heathcliff. That's not what it's about. Although, is it though? I say that, I dismiss Heathcliff's statement, but I'm not specifically talking about using a club to beat them up. I know he's speaking from that perspective, but I'm talking about what I just said, where it's like telling them to fuck off. Is that not just for my own benefit, though? For my own satisfaction, for my own peace of mind? At least it'll make you feel better. Yeah, it would make me feel better. There is something there, isn't there?
제 마음은 언제나 괜찮았던걸요?
You don't feel anything.
그럼 남은 세가를 모두 동원해서라도 가보 네 것을 빼앗아 다시 기회를 잡겠어.
Considering that you're wounded, this seems unwise. Watch this be a really tough boss fight.
난 어떻게든 살아남아야 하겠으니까.
Well, yeah, you don't die if you lose. This competition specifically.
고태여 독이 든 잔을 마시겠다면 어쩔 수 없지.
And I guess we're gonna take your last coins. Wang Qinshan stumbled to her trembling feet, weapon in hand.
네, 여러분들이 그러시다면요.
Alright, you asked for it. I beheld two different eyes, one of Honglu, who was willing to let the flow carry him away, and the other of Lin Daiyu, swirling with a kaleidoscope of emotions. Both of them two extremes. Nice monk stuff, lads. I love it. Let's check your little compatriots first. Wicked Deathrite Monk. Rupture, lots of rupture on this. Omen Talisman, when dropping to 0 stack, take gluttony damage and SP damage equal to rupture potency on self, then expires. When losing Omen Talismans, gain rupture potency equal to the number of Omen Talons lost, then gain half of rupture potency lost. This rupture count. Okay, just don't get Omen Talismans then, I suppose. Seems like a pretty standard case of don't get hit, Lamau. Okay. Whenever this unit inflicts Omen Talismans against an enemy, lose 10 SP. That's helpful. Against targets with Omen Talismans, deal plus 0 SP on self % damage, max 30%, minimum 0%. On death, apply 10 Omen Talisman against a random enemy without Omen Talisman. If all enemies already have it, then reduce all enemies' Omen Talisman by 1 instead. But losing Omen Talismans increases our rupture potency, so that's a thing as well. When inflicting Omen Talisman on an enemy, if the target already has Omen Talisman, consume 1 to 2 Omen Talisman on a target and inflict the same value as defense level down, stacks to the target this turn and next turn. Okay. And then there's you, with your stuff, and you gain power based on rupture. Starts the battle with 80% HP. At 20 or less SP, this unit siphons 10 SP from 3 random allies with the highest SP to heal its own SP. Apply 2 damage up to all other allies with minus 20 or less SP. Are they using minus coins? Occurs to me I didn't check. Yes, they are. Oh, good, great. So them losing SP is actually really bad. You've got positive. All right. In this encounter, if this unit takes damage that brings this unit's HP down to half or less, nullify that damage and end the turn. Then move to the rearmost position of the substitution order. When staggered, recover immediately. If there are no more enemies to substitute in, or if there aren't enough of them left, as in if there are more dead enemies this turn than there are waiting to substitute into the encounter, this effect does not activate. When Wang Qingshan loses all HP in this encounter, the encounter ends. Okay. So the way I see it, we just fight real good and eventually we'll win. These are evil possessed monks. They're spooky. Soul Siphon Technique. At 50% or less HP, sacrifice a random Wicked Deathrite monk to heal SP and recover from stagger. Interesting. I think if we just fight them real good, we'll be fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can clash everything, but why would we clash that? They're going to get in their SP regardless. In fact, most of these guys are just defending, so go for it. See what you can do. Oh. Yeah, I see. I feel like this is going to happen quite a lot. Good job, Ishmael. Well done. Good, good, good. This is going to suck for you. You're going to stagger like straight away and probably leave the battlefield immediately. Yeah, it ended the turn straight up and she's gone. Okay, right, well, we'll just deal with this lot then. Good stuff. Go on, Faust, yay. Good job. Got there eventually. Go on, Maso, you can do it. There we go, good boy. It's going well, it's going well. Yeah, we got him. We're gaining SP, which is quite good. I want to save the going for the bullseye for when she comes back, so we can just kind of end the fight almost straight away. Honestly, looking at the situation, this kind of seems like a foregone conclusion already. I don't know if they have a lot that they can pull out of the bag to deal with it. Oh, hello. Oh, well, maybe, you know, we lost a clash. Hey, how about that? That was a talisman. Good job, Ishmael. Well done. Stagger. Love it. Big damage, 2 staggers, and they died because of the sacrifice shit. Doesn't seem to make them any stronger. How many have they got? Quite a few. We might be here a while. It's fine, it's fine. Heathcliff does need to use some of his attacks because we need to make sure going for the bullseye is available. Big hits. Barely any damage. Nice. Oh. Ah! Oh. That's a stagger. Yeah. Oh, come on. You were supposed to do better than that. That's almost a stagger. Okay, this might actually be trickier than I initially anticipated. Oh, maybe. Damage.
아름다운 것.
Oh my gosh, she finally got heads on both coins. I don't believe it. It's incredible. Ah, more of them came in, and Honglur is indisposed. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we've got enough people. It's all good. Oh dear. That was still quite painful. Oh god, come on. Ah, Faust, you keep doing this. There we go. Big damage. Big damage. Good job, Heathcliff. Well done. I forgot about that, to be honest. That's very helpful. One of them deaded. Heart of the Oppressive Evil. Heart of Oppressive Evil. Clash power +2 when clashing against targets of Omen Talisman. Oh no. No chance. Not much damage, but it's a clash win. I doubt this will stagger, but it might, and that might keep us safe. No staggers. I didn't actually check to see if they were anywhere near a stagger threshold. Oof. Painful. This is gonna suck. We appear to all be weak to blunt, which is kind of an issue. It's fine, we'll make do. No worries. You're dead. No healing for anyone else. Thought you were supposed. Oh, I guess they don't explode if they're staggered. You've now got Harvey, Oppressive Evil. You've just got Heart of Evil. It's near enough the same thing. And so like, no, Foreman, because Heart of Oppressive Evil grants 3 damage up, whereas the regular one only does 2. And I'm like, that's basically the same for the purposes of deciding clashes, isn't it? What did you think of my impression of you, by the way? It was very flattering. Usually when I'm being antagonistic, it's not entirely intentional. Sometimes it is, and I'll never tell you if it is or not. You'll just have to figure it out. Okay, Heart of Oppressive Evil, you don't have an Omen Talisman. That's a good target. Unless you fuck it up, at which point it was a bad target. I would provide more pride. You can reload. Why don't you offset that? Power counter that. So that's being evaded, that's being power countered. That still needs to be contested, which it can be with that. And then you can hit them. And then I'd say Yi-San could probably finish them off. And we've got full pride, absolute resonance. Lovely. Yeah, 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 yeah. Stagger. No chance. Lovely. And that's a reload. This is gonna suck for you. It really does. She's getting absolutely bodied. Stagger. Yeah, the crits assigned come in now as well. That did hit. We've hit her enough times that her fight is basically over. Wait, it staggered you? Did that have attack weight? Wait, attack weight +1 for every... Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, I see. So, right, yeah, fair enough, fair enough. Didn't read. Probably should have read. It's all good. Oh my god, yeah, we need to end it this way. Yeah, we need to end it this way. Of course we do. It's the only way it can end. But just in case this doesn't go well, we'll continue to fight the enemy. Good stuff. You're so fucked. You're so fucked. You are so fucked.
한 점만 노린다.
Oh my. Oh no. Oh dear. Oh!
깔끔한 헤드샷. 머리통에 작살났다고.
Maybe you should give me those coins, huh? If you don't want to take another shot like that, I'm gonna need those coins to pay for the round we just shot at you, and my mortgage, which has been foreclosed for a while now. We took Wang Qingshen's remaining coins. She didn't have a lot to say about it.
개수는 얼마 되지 않지만 그래도 뭐.
It's something. It'll keep us in the competition, maybe.
이대로 아무 역할도 못하고 탈락하면 돌아가서도 곧바로 죽을지도 몰라.
Well, and to be fair, hear me out, right? What we could do is we could just give Qingshan our coins, right? Because we're gonna have to go fight Chu, because Chu is leading the pack in a major way and has probably gotten more coins since we did this fight. So we're probably gonna have to fight him anyway and then get all of his coins and then hopefully win the competition. So maybe we help her out. I don't know.
뭐라도 업적이 있어야 동생들 볼 면이 설 텐데.
Maybe you should stop, talking shit at people when they haven't done anything. Maybe that would make you a proud sister to your little siblings.
무시하고 계속 가죠. 어차피 탈락한다고 죽는 것도 아니잖아요.
She'll figure it out.
너는 몰라, 가보.
Yeah.
평생을 구경만 해온 너는 우리가 평생 짊어져야 했던 그 싸움을.
Watching is a choice.
맞아요. 앞으로도 그럴 거고요.
I don't understand and I never will. And with that, he walked away. Oh my god, totally. Without a reply, she shambled out to the hallways, weeping. Damn.
사람이 좋아서 화를 안 내는 것도 아니고.
In his defense, not that he really needs it, but in his defense, he never claimed to be a nice guy. Everyone just kind of put that moniker on him, when in reality, he was just too apathetic to rise to antagonism or stressful situations. He's completely impassive, utterly neutral. He does not care.
생각했던 것보다 어려운 사람이네요. 홍루 씨는.
Yeah, that's been the theme of this canto so far. Actually, let me rephrase that. That's been the theme of this episode, I think, is truly learning that Hongluo is actually a lot more difficult to deal with than one might anticipate.
그런가요?
And he's like, oh, am I? Oh, okay.
공간이 줄어들면서 앞으로도 점점 다른 후보자들을 만날 확률이 높아지겠네요.
And specifically Chu.
네. 그리고 확실해지는 것 같아요. 이곳에서 우리가 제일 주의해야 할 적은
가치요.
Yep.
그자겠구려.
Wait, what were the extra words you said?
최대한 마주치지 않기를 열심히 바라야겠어요.
I mean, we kind of have to, because he's got the most coins.
아, 이게 이렇게 되나요? 이걸로 12번째 탈락자가 나왔습니다.
Damn.
확실히 어중이 떠중이들은 모두 탈락하고 그럴듯한 후보자들만 남았겠어. 그건 그렇고 실험실 여기저기 포스터가 많이도 붙어있군.
Lots of posters saying, we definitely don't test our products on people, don't you worry, ignore the horrible plant people in the condemnation rooms. Those are just Pikachu.
실험 결과를 사람들 앞에서 발표할 예정이었나 봐.
So they obviously weren't trying to hide it.
네.
연구자들은 꼭 성과를 누군가에게 보여주고 싶어 한달이나 있단 말이지.
No offense, Yi-sang.
뭐 지금은 청소부인지 발톱인지가 죄다 해집어놨다며. 이 포스터 내용도 뭐야 이거? 왜 멀쩡하냐?
Maybe the posters were placed here afterwards?
그들은 이 포스터를 건드리지 않았군요.
They did not destroy the posters.
금기와 조금이라도 연관되었다면 일말의 흔적조차 남기지 않는 그들이 이 포스터를 놔두었다는 것.
I think it's because someone put them here after the fact.
이 포스터에서 홍보하는 실험과 그 결과는 금기와 전혀 상관이 없었다는 말이 되겠군요.
Actually, that's probably a more logical explanation, yeah.
네? 그럼 어떻게?
Then what did they do? They got everyone so riled up.
단순한 이 실험은 공멸일의 원인과는 관련이 없다는 것이죠.
It's monumentally fucked up, but completely irrelevant to why they were destroyed.
가모라는 사람은 공씨 가문의 손을 빌려 또 다른 실험을 준비했다는 말이 되겠네요. 자기는 빠져나갈 수 있는 모종의 계략까지 꾸민 채로요.
Seems to be the case.
기억이 나요. 저 홍보 전단지 발표 날이 다가올수록 모두가 들떠했었죠.
Typical, isn't it? We were all building up to something really hype, and then something horrible happened before it could happen.
공시가가 만드는 화는 언제나 모두의 기대를 뛰어넘었으니.
그런데 가모님, 왜 보옥도련님을 계속 이곳에 데리고 오는 겁니까?
You have a portrait. This probably means something, but it also might not. Why did you keep bringing this child to a work environment?
이렇게 어린 나이면 실험에 대해 제대로 이해하지도 못할 테고 데려오는 것도 번거로우실 텐데요.
Also, sometimes the claw shows up and tears people in half, and, you know, that's not good for a child to see.
당연한 걸 묻는구나.
No.
이 실험은 앞으로 홍원의 운명을 좌우할 만큼 중요한 실험이야.
Uh-huh.
그런 중대한 자리에는 마땅히 대관원에 옥이 있어야 하지 않겠느냐.
But he's bored and he wants to go play keep uppy with his friends.
그렇군요. 그런데 보옥도련님은 영 웃지를 않으시네요.
It's almost as if this place is remarkably boring to a child.
가문의 귀중한 옥인데 웃고 있는 모습이 훨씬 보기 좋지 않을런지.
You can fuck off with the they'd look much better with a smile on their face. Fuck you. How about you leave the child alone?
그저 존재하는 것으로도 가치가 있으니 때가 되면 알아서 빛이 날 것이야.
That's supportive, I suppose.
자네가 신경 써야 할 건 그 실험이네.
Stop criticizing the child for not smiling and get on with your experiment.
무슨 말씀인지 알겠습니다. 이 실험이 아니라 그 실험 말씀이죠?
Good that you understand, but usually when people use subtext, you don't respond by going, "Ah, yes, the subtext." And they're like, "Yeah, there's a reason why I didn't state it openly."
그러고 보니 이제 정말 시간이 얼마 남지 않았네요. 공시가의 세가라면 하나도 빠짐없이 기대에 부풀어 있다고 합니다.
Oh, I bet.
그래, 시간이 얼마 안 남았군. 이제 머지않았어.
She says while bridging her hands and, you know, having it with her fingertips and be like, yes, yes, excellent. I can't wait until she has her fucking Ahab moment where we see just how fucking deranged she is. Like, initially she seems reasonable, if a bit morally questionable, and then she just becomes the most deranged motherfucker of all time. And then once we've seen that, I want to put her and Ahab in the same room and see who can have like a deranged off. Who is the most deranged? I hope she's deranged. It would be very funny. Ahab was fucking hilarious. 4 coins. Faded poster. Effects only apply to number 1, number 8 deployed identities. After attack, the target is defeated, gain 2 points potency and 2 points count. For this encounter, each unit gains +1 offense level for every 1 enemy that is defeated at the after attack timing. Max 3. Okay. How many coins do we have now? We have 25. We're still not in 3rd place. We never will be. This appears to lead to a new floor. Not yet. Because we have to sign off for the day, I'm afraid. Because it's been over 2 hours. It's interesting, and I'd say this isn't the only Kanto to do it, so I have to give some credit to Project Moon for their writing here. But they're very good at creating situations where they're like, we're giving you lots of information, lots of contextual details and information, and letting you really come to understand the people here, how they act, how they operate, what has happened, how people feel, and stuff like that, without actually clarifying any real details, you know? Like, you're learning all this stuff and you're like, good, and I know this is all useful information, but I have no idea how the fuck it applies to the overall plot. Which, like I just said, is good, because it draws intrigue while still making you feel quite lost. But that feeling of being lost spurs your desire to learn more. It ignites your curiosity. It makes you want to keep going to find out what's going on. It's good. I like it. I think I've said stuff like this about Kantos before, but I always find it quite remarkable how in the dark I feel like I am whilst going through them and slowly getting more and more information and piecing it all together. I will say, like, obviously Kanto 6 is my favorite Kanto, but Kanto 7 pulled off this idea masterfully. Like, everything with Don Quixote and Sancho was shit that you just could not figure out beforehand. Maybe some of you did, and if you did, you're a more observant person than me. But they misdirected you so well during that canto, where you just got all of this information but had no idea which of it was actually relevant and important and which were just ancillary details. And then stuff that you came to determine that probably were ancillary details still came in to inform the overall focus of the Cantos narrative and stuff like that. And it feels like that's going to happen here too. We're getting a lot of details about what's going on, what has happened, the people here, and we're left wondering, like, right, which of these is actually relevant? What here is actually important? And the answer, technically, is that all of it is. But we're still trying to, I say me, I suppose, in this moment, I'm still trying to narrow down, like, which of these details are important? Which of these details has something in it that I can extrapolate more context from? I don't worry about it too much at all. Like, it's not me sitting here fretting about not understanding it properly. It's just me enjoying the process of being taken for a ride, as it were. It's a good time. Also, I didn't talk about it at the start of the episode, but I will talk about it now. That new Ishmael identity sure looks fucking interesting, doesn't it? I wonder who that's supposed to be. Fuck, I'm looking forward to getting that. But that's all for the future. Friends, that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Special thanks to our members and patrons: Voltwolf, Miscreant, Rakuriku, Crescent, Tony the Horse, Ly the Hexire, Abyssal Angie, Mr. Chrono, Superstitic, Lumi, Svihard, Mighty PH, Ensistora, E, Lanthelion, Gage Donaldson, Hotchman, Saga, Jack, Ninja Dog, Ember Fox, Grand Captain General Peace, Mean Babby Back Turtle, Cuds, Canis Samaria, Poe, Portrait Lebrec, Lifesteal, Mega Mr. Z-Man, Unclever Name, Summercat Flanny, Painter Dragoon, Lipotatoes, Proxy, Calmanera, Moa, Heartland, Harak J, Dresso, Zeon Distance, Lol, Etherbin Linky, Zeon Cedar, Bimboard, Alkia, Honeydew, Sweet Baby Red, Jessica Plutonium Pie, Jimmy Ghost, Stop Lullaby, K-Bob, Magic Cow, The Frostbite, SCP-1068, NAMAD, and Kenny800 for supporting me on YouTube and on Patreon. Thank you so much, guys, and thank you all so much for watching. Yeah, the monks were kinda tough, but it was nothing I couldn't handle. I can't wait for Chew to have some ridiculous bullshit that I can't possibly deal with. Or Pan. He's probably gonna have some crazy shit as well. I also don't know if I'm remembering his name correctly. Probably not, but I'm sure it's fine. What I want is to be forced to fight Hongler's fucking fiance, and it turns out she's an absolute weapon. Like an absolute fucking demon. That would be great. I'd love that. I doubt it will be the case, but I would like it very much. But alas, we'll see what happens next time. Thank you so much for watching, and whatever happens next time, I hope I see you there. Toodles. Goodbye.